now, Talk Real Estate with Sharon McNamara, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services.
Hi, I'm your host, Sharon McNamara, and you are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. Let me share a little bit about my background before we get started. I am the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, a boutique firm that is home to over 30 real estate sales and marketing agents who service home buyers and home sellers throughout Boston, the South Shore, the South Coast, and Cape Cod. Our firm takes pride in assisting our clients in the next chapter of their lives by taking a holistic approach to their real estate endeavors. We believe that every move should be a moving experience. Every week, my co-host Melissa Wallace and I will provide you with my team's unique marketing approach to selling homes and share with you our expertise in navigating the home buying process. We value the experience of our agents at Boston Connect Real Estate so much that not only will you hear my perspective on real estate topics, occasionally you will hear the expert thoughts and opinions of our experienced agents at Boston Connect Real Estate. Be a part of our roundtable. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We love to talk real estate. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you like to listen to podcasts at Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with me at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate.
And good morning to all my South Shore neighbors. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. My name is Melissa Wallace, and I am joined live and in studio by the one and only Kristen Howlett.
Hello. Oh,
hello.
So I was actually early, but look at, I'm still not prepared.
Well, we've been chit-chatting for the past few minutes, but yeah. No, but you have your little banana split.
Banana pudding.
We went to Dunkin' Donuts a couple weeks ago, maybe last week or the week before. I don't know. They all sort of blend together now. And we both wanted just something fun, just a fun drink. And Kristen saw this banana latte thing on the menu, and she got it, and she loved it. So this morning I said, well, I always get whoever's doing the show with me coffee. I said, what do you want? She goes, I don't know, that banana split thing. I'm like, so she's having a banana split for breakfast.
Mary Lou's has a banana split. That's so good. So this is like a banana pudding, I think.
It's like a banana pudding latte cloud. So, I don't know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I'm glad you liked it because I got it as is. But yeah, so thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. I wish you would come more often.
I can come whenever you want me to.
Yeah, I will be looking for some
sorry, I'm just posting my
coverage. Oh, you're on the radio. That's right. You're doing that one. Yeah. Yeah. So we are here. It's kind of a gloomy day. You said that as soon as you drove into Pembroke, you were like, what is this?
Well,
I feel like there's a cloud over it.
Sunny and beautiful.
Really?
And yeah, it was like a nice early spring morning day. Brian was all excited about getting some yard work done. But then I pulled into Pembroke as soon as I got to the little Four Corners there. It was like a cloud cover. Sun was up. Sun was hiding. It just turned gloomy.
I know. When I was driving here, I don't know. When I was driving here, I said to myself, I was like, is it supposed to rain all day? But I don't know. I'm at that age where I'm like, oh, we need the rain. We needed this.
Yeah, not anymore. I think we've had plenty of rain.
Yeah, I think we've had enough snow this year, this winter, enough rain. We're ready for the sunshine. Where are you?
It's coming.
It is coming.
Well, it's funny too because my grass looks so good. Like the trees are budding.
Oh, my grass isn't there yet, but we do have a few flowers that have bloomed.
Your allergies are going to be kicking in.
I know. Well, I woke up with a headache, so if we could just have a silent show, that'd be great.
I'm sorry.
Just kidding. If we could just have a moment of silence for the next hour. I do have a headache, but I did wake up and I'm like, oh gosh, is this the start of the allergies? Which it could be. So, but I'm going to have my coffee. I just have a normal black coffee with sugar. That's me. And she has her banana split. So.
All right. I'm all caught up now.
Yep. You got to stay a little bit closer to here. So I'm going to sort of get us all settled with the social media part of it. But in case somebody, for some reason, hasn't heard you on the show, which would be crazy at this point, but why don't you reintroduce yourself to all of our listeners?
My name is Kristen Marie Howlett. I'm from Boston Connect Real Estate, full-time realtor here at Boston Connect Real Estate. I serve buyers, sellers. Actually, I just picked up a renter. My first ever rental.
I was giving you a thumbs up from across the room because I was fixing my headphones, but I'm just like, yeah, great.
Yeah, it's a client that I really like. His daughter's moving back to the area, so she knows she's my guinea pig. But it's kind of fun. I'll be honest, it's fun looking out. She's looking in the Boston area. So it's fun kind of getting out and seeing, like, especially over where the Bruins, like, I think they call it Boston Landing, Brighton.
Oh, yeah.
Where Warrior Arena is in. So yesterday I said my Boston totally came out because I was like, Warrior Arena. And then where the Celtics practice, I guess, is right Red Auerbach.
Oh, I don't know.
So that whole area it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Seaport. It's,
okay.
Everything's walkable. There's great little restaurants and shops. And
you are more familiar with all that. The thought of going into the city is just, I know how to get to Fenway and I know how to get to the Garden. That's my job. Anything else, I'm like, somebody else needs to drive.
I know. I wish so bad we could just pack up Bridgewater and move to the city. I would love that. Yeah. I just stayed in, my cousin was here. We had a funeral to go to, and my cousin ended up getting a room, and we stayed midweek in the city, and it was so much fun. Oh, it wasn't fun because, obviously there was a death, but it was nice to, like, catch up with her, and we got up first thing in the morning, and we walked Boston Common, and it was so nice.
I know. You have to enjoy the area that you live in, and I know you don't live in the city, but also just sort of exploring. So when we were doing our segment here on the show of zipping around, highlighting a community, it wasn't just, real estate isn't just selling a house. You're also selling that lifestyle that comes along with that particular home and area that you purchase in. So when we were doing our segment, we would just really loved to highlight what else came with that sort of total package. So it's interesting now that you're sort of moving into the rental realm there.
Yeah. I wouldn't say moving in, but I'm definitely
it's a different beast.
I'm definitely, like, I want to help her. Mm-hmm. I want to help her make a good decision, and who knows, someday she may be a buyer and she may want to work with me. So my son too is his lease is up in September, so it's good practice for me to kind of figure out.
Is he going to find somewhere else?
I think their lease is up. Yeah, I'm not sure what the situation is. Maybe go from a 4-bedroom to a 3. I'm not sure. But rentals are definitely not my thing.
Yeah. So if you're interested in rentals, and you don't sort of know an agent that does rentals all the time, I get questions a lot. So people will call the office and say, hey, do you have any agents that do rentals? So that's a great way to sort of start. Because just like purchasing a house, you want some representation because you want to be able to bounce ideas and strategies off of
sometimes
an agent.
I don't mean to interrupt, but sometimes it's just the agent being able to make the phone call for you, because I think that's the challenge. And that was kind of the challenge that she had. She's, just graduating. She just got her first job. And she said, her dad said, do you want me to hook you up with an agent? And she's like, I don't think I need it. And then a couple of weeks in, she was like, oh, crap, I do need an agent, because she wasn't getting calls back. And those Boston rental agents, it's no joke, because they are working their butts off, and it's nonstop. And, it's a lot of paperwork. But, my goal is just to kind of lead her in the right direction, take her to a couple places and see what she likes, and then take it from there.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So when I approached you about what we wanted to talk about this weekend, it's sort of the age-old question that we're going to be sort of tackling today. And that question is, how's the market? And it seems like a very simple question, but is it? It's a pretty loaded question.
Yeah.
So for today, we do have an agenda, but we're sort of just going to be having this conversation and just keeping it real. This is Talk Real Estate. We like to keep it real, and sometimes it's pretty, sometimes it's not. But when you ask somebody in the real estate industry, how's the market? Do you want a real answer, or do you want the typical, inventory's low, it's a seller's market?
Yeah,
Like that's a
yeah.
very blanketed.
Right. Because you don't want to scare buyers.
You don't want to scare really anybody, because it's funny. I did have a doctor's appointment just to check up the other day, and my doctor knows what I do, and said, I think just trying to make small talk. So how's the market? And I gave him sort of blanketed. Oh, really? Is it? Like, I thought it's been a seller's market for a long time. And so you sort of just get into the whole, the market changes 5 to 10 years. And, we're ready for that sort of change and blah, 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 blah. And, but, I think we'll go a little bit deeper today because you really wanted to talk about what's going on in your business and what you're seeing. And the thing is that you can watch the news, you can watch TV and video clips on YouTube and all these things, and they can give you those blanketed answers or just general facts. But if you're not in it every single day, it's hard to really understand what's going on and what you're seeing. So I want you to give, your sort of professional opinion and what you're seeing out there, because you're in it every day.
Right. So again, I always say, I always get this simmering anxiety of, what is happening. Things are going, if something, so it is still, in my opinion, quite a seller's market. Mm-hmm. It was a little 50-50 for a while, where things were staying on the market a little bit longer. There was a little bit more room for wiggle room. Days on market were increasing, but now anything that is a decent house, even if not, is
priced accordingly,
is going quickly. I have actually 3 sets of buyers right now. And over the weekend, I submitted 3 offers. All of them were multiple offers, and we're back into like 30, 40, almost even $50,000 over asking price in order to be competitive. So there's a lot of competition, and the thing is too, the rates are up. Mm-hmm. So part of me is like, are the buyers, and I don't want to talk about this today trying to scare, like you said, anybody, because listen, the best time to buy a house is when you're ready to buy it. We can't control the interest rates, and we really can't control the pricing. But if you can afford a monthly payment, then let's do it. Right? Yeah. So I think so 2 of them were in East Bridgewater. We were the first offer in on one of them. Came in really aggressive with pricing, and we were at the top, and then quickly there was an offer deadline, and I think he ended up with 10 or 11 offers, and we didn't get it. We were, I think, $30,000 over.
Yeah. Did he explain to, like, did you ask the question, what about my offer wasn't?
We talked in the beginning, and we were competitive. I think we were one of the top in the beginning. And then we quickly pivoted, submitted another offer on a great little one. That one needed a little bit more work. We pivoted to another one that was turnkey, move-in ready. Same, came in, pretty aggressive. And I don't know how many offers she had. We ended up just getting the blanketed email on that one. Yeah. But again, part of my strategy is always reach out to the listing agent, have a conversation, And then another was in Plymouth, and we were one of several offers, went in high, and we ultimately got the offer accepted. But the same thing. It's just, it's a seller's market, and, buyers. So we are also back to, we had submitted an offer on another one in Plymouth. I'm going to give a shout out to the agent who is Jan Bruno. Her offer instructions were amazing. And in there, she put about addressing an appraisal gap.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I talked to you about it. It was what I told her after too, is it was great because it forced me. You can have the conversation with your buyers, but it forced me to have the conversation with them of what is an appraisal gap. These are first time home buyers.
Well, that's why it's so important, and we really do emphasize this here at Boston Connect Real Estate, is making sure that you're educating your client and being able to have those tools ahead of time. So you have a fantastic buyer's presentation. I know you have a fantastic seller's presentation, and you know it's sitting down and going through it. It is overwhelming. We know that, and that's why we're here to sort of hold your hand if you need it. And Sharon and I did a show a couple of weeks ago talking about everybody's different. Everybody's preference is different. Some people need hand holding. Some people need cradling.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to be touched.
Yeah.
And, you know, and you sort of get a sense of who your client is from the very beginning. Things change over time.
Yeah.
They might be, don't touch me, to please cradle me.
Yeah.
And, you know, even talking about your rental client, oh, I could do it on my own. Oh, wait, no, I can't.
Yeah.
So it's knowing your client and having that open communication, but also, you know, giving them the tools to succeed in this journey to their home ownership. So it's having that buyer's presentation and going through, okay, this is what your earnest money deposit means. This is what, you know, an appraisal gap means, and coming up with those strategies, especially when you are going to be putting in multiple offers.
And what, you know, why are we in this appraisal gap situation again? Because we're into that emotional
Yes.
the emotional offers and the emotional, you know, I need a house now.
Yeah.
I just listened to an audiobook in the car. On Spotify Premium, you can listen to audiobooks. And I started out with like it's not, you know, so it's Best Offer Wins. And it's a great read. It's our life. And it's, you know, and it's these two cute, they're in an apartment, they're busting out, they want to have a baby. And she's like, we'll do literally anything in the world to get her offer accepted.
Yeah.
And I don't know that we're quite there yet, but yeah, the inventory's low. I hope it starts to increase. We are seeing more and more every day, things coming on, but it also seems like they're coming off as quick as they're coming on.
Yeah. And it is tough. And we talk about the sort of seasons of real estate. So whether the market's changing every 5 to 10 years, which 5 years ago, 6 years ago was the start of COVID and sort of the chaos that came up with that with real estate. But then we just had an election year, and that is always notoriously something that makes people nervous, whatever side of the, you know, the line you're on. It doesn't matter. It sort of is sort of blanketed again. Yeah. People get nervous no matter what.
And the media, I think, for some reason, always portrays real estate investing, the real estate market as negative. Like they always want to spin the negative that like, oh, it's, you know, doomsday, and it's really not.
Yeah.
You know, if you bought a house since COVID, guess what? You're making a good chunk of money.
And just on that point, I have this little segment here where it's like what the market actually means. So the market's in quotation, and it breaks it down between local and national market. So when you are on these big network, you know, news stations, and you're seeing they're talking about the whole nation, that's not your area. Something that is selling here on the South Shore is completely different than, you know, rural Kansas or whatever. Like, it's just not the same. And I remember when my friend in Florida was going through the process of selling her house and purchasing another house, and I just sort of blew my mind, the prices and everything. And I just said to her, I go, I wish I could help you, but that is such a different market. You know, when you're selling a, you know, 3-bedroom, 2 full bath on a, you know, in a private community on the golf course, everything, and it's like 2-car garage, everything. over 2,000 square feet for $325,000. Like that just sort of is like, that doesn't make sense to me, but it must make sense in your market.
Yeah.
So you have to trust your professional, and then, to purchase something, twice the size for, not much more.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it just sort of blows my mind. But you have to, if that house was transplanted to anywhere else, it's just a different market. And so it's understanding the difference between what you're seeing on TV. You got to come back down to reality a little bit, because that's not necessarily your market and where you live.
Right. And right now we're seeing it, not just with the interest rates, but, the gas prices, and then the cost to heat. I mean, thank God we're coming into the spring, but, gas, heating oil, anything, any other added costs that go onto your monthly. So again, if you're getting ready to dip into buying a house, sit down with a professional and figure out what that means for, your monthly, what to expect. The market is moving fast.
Yeah.
So there's certain strategies that you can. Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa Clemens, who is a full-time agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate. We talked about her a couple of weeks ago. She had her first closing here at Boston Connect Real Estate. She says she's watching us on social media. She says, "Good morning, ladies. I'm experiencing how tough it is right now for first-time buyers. So competitive. My fingers are crossed right now their offer gets accepted."
Yeah.
Let's put good juju out there for Melissa Clemens. Let's get her offer accepted. Come on.
Let's do it.
We can do it.
Let's do it. Well, and the thing is that you really do have to think outside the box. How are you going to put that offer? So now, if you have, like I said, I don't know about the other Plymouth one, but we had. So say we're in 5 to 10 offers. How do you make sure that your buyer's offer is at the top of the pile? It's hard.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
You don't know what those other offers look like.
No. And now we are back with, if it is. So I do have buyers that, yesterday I said, maybe we come down. If we're at the top of your budget, maybe we come down a little bit. Maybe this is just getting you into the market, getting you into, and then we find something that you could maybe do some, thoughtful updates on your return of investment. I say it all the time with my buyers. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
All I care about is that you can make a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Walk away with feeling that you made a good purchase, you lived there, you took care of it, and then you turned around and you made a profit.
Yeah, exactly. You're not just looking at what they're purchasing, you're also future forecasting, okay, what's the value going to be when you decide to turn this over to somebody else. So another thing about what the market actually means, inventory, understanding that there is a need for it.
Wait, I'm interrupting because Melissa said they wrote a beautiful letter. Excuse me. So we've been running into offer instructions that are saying no love letters, no escalation clauses. So really, when you come down to that, it's literally like it's bare bones.
Yeah.
It's best offer wins.
Yeah.
Highest offer. And, as we know, I'm a big talker. So of these, 5 offers that I've been submitting over the past couple weeks, every agent I speak to, and one of them in East Bridgewater, we ended up chatting for a while, and I'm always like, oh my God, are you guys feeling this too? This is insane. We all feel the same thing. But I loved her because she just said, listen, price is number one in my sellers. That's all she cares about. That's the bottom line. She wants to make as much money as she can.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's important to have that conversation because in my case, with my house, like the price wasn't the most important to the seller of my house. Somebody coming in and taking care of it was the most important. So I did write a love letter explaining what I would do and how I would love the house. And I think that that's what got me the house.
And you can see that when you go in, even as an agent, sometimes if we're looking, you're looking at something and I'm looking at something else because again, we were in your house pre-listing, we knew that house was meticulously taken care of. It was older, but it was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you just sort of have to know, and in order to know, you have to ask the question. And that's why it's so important to hire a professional, somebody who's in this industry full time, takes it seriously, and is going to sort of advocate for you, before, during, and after offers. So we are live on social media, so be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube too. So you can follow us on YouTube, Boston Connect Real Estate. We're waving to everybody who's watching us. Tim is live and in studio. So if you want to join in on the discussion, you can call or you can text. So if you're a little nervous, you can text 781-837-4900. But if you're watching us on social media, leave us a little message. We'll give you a shout out.
How is the market in our office? How are you looking at it from a different standpoint?
It is busy.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows I manage the office, and I sort of see everything that's sort of going on. I know when things are falling apart. I know when things are staying together. We sort of have an idea of where they're sort of at in the process. I think that people are busy, and I always know, because sometimes I feel like I know things before the agent sometimes. So I'm like, okay, I know you're a little busy. But, at the end of the day, as long as our agents are doing their best for their clients, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to call me and say, hey, I need some help with, this paperwork thing, so you can be with your clients. I've done open houses for agents because they, have busy schedules and with a lot going on in their business. I'm happy to help. Or even if it's with, personal things. Hey, my kids in town and I, want to spend some time with them, I'm happy to do an open house for them.
Well, I know new construction, we've had a few reservations.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they had like maybe 2 or 3 reservations in like a couple of days. So the market is definitely buzzing.
Yeah. And, even sometimes, appraisers or, attorneys will call the office looking for agents just because they don't have their direct contact information, which, by the way, you can find on our website if you go to bostonconnect.com. But again, I'm happy to take these calls because I'm in the know, and I like to know things, and I like to know that people are busy and they're busy in their business and they're doing what they got to do. It's funny because Melissa Clemens is watching us, and she has done everything that you should be doing when you're new in the industry. And she comes into the office, and whether there's a bunch of people here or nobody here, it feels like she does learn something. And I hadn't seen her for a few days, so I saw her, I think yesterday, and I was like, where have you been? I've missed you. So it was great to see her back in it. She's busy.
Yeah.
I know. Which is, you guys are independent contractors. You don't have to come in and hang out with me and do your real estate thing here. But it's nice to have that sort of camaraderie, and be able to bounce some things off of each other. So that's how we all learn. That's how we all grow and, be better for clients.
Mm-hmm. So back to the market. So I had a listing that came on in February down in Sandwich. Adorable, perfect price point. Perfect. We had good activity. We ended up with a great offer. They accepted it. Flash forward, we just went through, the rigmarole of the beginning. It's kind of an extended closing. We're closing at the end of the month, but we had appraisal. We say all the time we have to sell it twice, once to the buyer, once to the appraiser. So, there's a lot of little milestones that you have to get to. And there was some talk back and forth of, well, what if? Like, what if this falls apart? And the other day I said to them, well, if we have to go back on market, it probably wouldn't be the worst thing, because I think it was just timing between February and now we're at April 3rd. Mm-hmm. Like, it's completely different market, that price point. And it's interesting because a lot of suitable housing clauses, which means that the sellers are willing to sell, but they need to find something.
Yeah.
So there's a clause in there that kind of protects them that, God forbid, if something, if they can't find something, they don't have to sell. So we're seeing a lot more of that. So having the conversation with your buyers, are you flexible with that? Because that's a good way to get a leg up on, an offer that you can't negotiate home inspection anymore. And if you can't do an escalation clause, and if you can't do a love letter, well, that might be your, shining star, is that you're super flexible with timing. Give them enough time. You always run the risk that they don't find something.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. As competitive as it is in a $600,000 market, if they're upgrading, it's even more competitive in that other.
Yeah.
Right? We're seeing that a lot.
Yeah.
And the agent that I spoke to the other day was saying, her sellers were looking like in Duxbury, Marshfield, that whole area, and they were like at the $1 million mark, which is ultra competitive, which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like $1 million. I mean, that's what they're growing out of the smaller $500,000 to $700,000 house and moving into something bigger.
Yeah. I covered photos for Sharon yesterday, and she has a new listing coming on in Marshfield. It's going to be, sort of in that price range. I don't know where she's sort of landing. She'll run final numbers next week, but I did a coming soon, and it's like insane. Like, I don't think Sharon saw it first, and she's like, hey, I'm getting some people reaching out. I think, and I was there yesterday, and even Brian, who was the photographer, Brian Doherty, was like, I love this house. Yeah. Like, the layout is just so cool. Just the way that sort of everything, I don't know, like, it's deceiving from the outside. But when you're inside, you're like, oh, this layout's kind of like cool. Like, this works. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, I wish I could convince my wife to move here.
So again, we'll go back to if you love it, and the photographer loves it.
I did. I was like,
already getting,
you're already getting cool
some
house.
interest.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because you guys should do the whole thing about coming soon, because now I just got my first. One of my buyers shared with me a Compass listing on Zillow that's coming soon.
Yeah.
And this whole new coming soon market.
Yeah.
Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? I
just want to put my opinion out there about this whole thing. It's to capture leads. It's to capture your business. I don't think it's necessarily to sell that property.
Well, it definitely will not serve the seller.
No.
There's no way that it will. Yeah.
No.
If you want to sell your house, put it on MLS and get as many people looking at it as you can.
Yeah. I think that's an opportunity for somebody to capture a lead. And if you're somebody who are on these third-party sites just perusing, be prepared to get phone calls, because if you start pressing buttons, your information goes out there and somebody's trying to snatch it up.
Yeah.
So just be careful. And that's why we always say the best form of getting information is directly from your agent. Of course, everyone's going to be laying in bed and they can't sleep and they're scrolling through, and I get that. I've been there. But just be careful.
And I think in some ways, like, Sharon's Marshfield property, a coming soon post is appropriate in ways that, if you have
it's from our brokerage, you have direct link if you want to the listing agent, if you want more information. It was just a couple pictures of the outside. I mean, it has an incredible backyard, an incredible pool and cabana. You want to live there. You want to vacation there. You want to summer there.
But more importantly, if I have a buyer that is honed in on Marshfield in that price range, that's perfect for me, because I might say to them, I know you loved this one in, Weymouth, but let's hold on for a minute. Let's take a look at this one. We might lose that one, but this one might be more suited for you. So at least, in that way, I think a coming soon does help, because it kind of gives somebody the leg up on what might be coming on.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think brokerages should do on their own these coming soons. But when you put them on these third-party sites, I feel like it's not to serve the seller. Right. It's to serve the agent.
Right. I forget why we just got on that subject. I said that.
I don't know.
I had a thought, and then there it goes.
Everyone on social media saw it flying away. I do want to get to the emotional side of the question. How's the market?
Oh,
go ahead.
That's you.
Oh,
Yeah, you just.
I found it. I caught it with my hand.
Yep.
I grabbed it.
What I was going to say is that's where we get into the emotional, because once there's, Sharon putting that on, you guys putting that on, now it gets that, oh my gosh, you're thinking about it, looking at the pictures.
Oh, I know. I've been there.
And that's where it's the emotional. I think that some people may think that us as agents are the ones that are driving up these, crazy offers. And I wish we had that power, but we just don't.
Yeah.
It's more the buyers and the desperation of trying to find something. What am I going to do? Again, I can't waive my home inspection.
Yeah.
I can't write an escalation clause. I can't do a love letter. It's literally just money. And if I have the money, I'm going to throw it at it.
Yeah.
And if I have a way to bridge that appraisal gap, if God forbid it doesn't appraise for some reason, if we're pricing it appropriately, and let's face it, if we're doing our job, we're pricing it as to what the comps are telling us. So if you're telling us that you want to put, 70,000 more on it, you're going to have to show that you can come up with a gap.
Yeah, you have to support that. And we say it all the time. We cannot gauge emotional value. We can give you the facts. This is what the market value is for this property. Anything above that is your emotional value. And I think that also gives other buyers anxiety, because everybody has a different budget. Everybody's emotional value gauge is different.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to back it up. So what happens when it doesn't appraise? Are you going to ask for a reduction in price? Because the seller's going to be like, you offered it to me.
That's why I love Jan Bruno, because she put it right in that offer. And she said, I'm not, you know what? That's where things get murky. Mm-hmm. And that's where deals fall apart. And she's absolutely right. Like, our job is to sell it and sell it once. We don't want to come back on market. We don't want people to be disappointed. But on the flip side, back to, if you're falling in love with a house, it's listed for $700. You're telling me that you need that house, you love it, and you're going to pay $775, and you can. Guess what? The next time that something else goes up in that area, it's going on for $775.
Yeah,
we'll go back to that. We don't. It's not built into the price, but now that becomes a comp, right?
Yeah. Sorry, my mom has been blowing up my phone, and then I just read the last text. She goes, LOL, those last 3 were for Auntie. So she's like speed texting me, but it's not even for me. So,
that's so funny.
But she is listening, our number 1 listener. Whoop, whoop.
Hey, Liz.
But yeah, it's just, I think when buyers ask, how's the market, I think there's a part of them that's nervous about competition and affordability. Yeah. Again, with the gauging of the emotional value. And then when sellers ask, they want to know how they can maximize their value and their time. Right. So again, getting the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time, if that's what's important to them. But I think some fear-based questions could be, am I buying at the top?
Yeah.
Did I miss the best time to sell?
Yeah.
And these are all, we give a very attorney answer of, well, the best time is the best time for you.
Yeah. And to keep in mind, as the market is moving and as you're navigating this market, again, if you're looking for, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath colonial in a certain area, and now we're in this multiple offer over asking price war. Do we want to go to war? Keep in mind that the next time, that's going to be the price. Yeah. We don't control that. It's really the market that's dictating it. The most important thing is, if somebody's sitting on a house that doesn't serve you anymore, sell it. Yeah. Give us more inventory.
Yeah.
Let us find you
but
something.
Of course they're going to say, well, where am I going to go?
We'll get you something.
We'll get you something. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. As we'll stay up all night worrying about it for you. Don't worry.
That is what we do.
And just sort of the role that emotions play in decision making versus data. So again, that's the emotional value.
So yes, we are seeing multiple offers, and I would say most of the price points. Again, if something is priced appropriately, it is going. If it is, even if it's not in the greatest shape. I mean, I have buyers that are looking at houses that need a ton of work.
Yeah.
Two cutest. You know how much I loved Kendall. Now I have her sister who's equally as.
I know. Kendall and I were going after the same houses.
Oh my gosh. Kendall.
But we both got our houses, so we're good.
Now we have Riley, and she is just equally as adorable. And Riley and Colin are looking. I'll give them a shout out. They're looking in anywhere: East Bridgewater, Pembroke, Hanson, Halifax.
Yeah.
They're right about that entry level $500,000 point. But they are up for the challenge. And we've looked at a couple, and I'm like, oh, you guys, I always go in with my positive, like, oh, yeah, this is great. And then I think about it, and the next day I'm like, we can't do this. This is way too much.
Well, maybe they'd like to buy my house.
They would love to buy your house. When it's, you have to do the roof, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. And a couple that we've looked at, it's like they want to take what they want and leave what they don't want. That's a lot. It's a lot, right?
That is
so we're
a lot.
seeing a lot of that. We're seeing. I have two somewhat estate listings that will be coming on shortly, and that's a whole other. People that are selling for their parents that have either passed or can't be in the house anymore. So yeah, even those are going quick.
Do you have any buyers right now that are experiencing buyer fatigue? Because that's a thing.
I don't know. Probably. I have about 3 seller buyers who are about my age who would love to sell, but they don't know where they want to land.
Yeah.
One was circling Pine Hills. Now it's a back to work situation, so I think that's going to put that on hold. Another is between Massachusetts and Rhode Island, but once they find something, they'll be selling. So a lot of people who are kind of like, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Zillow used to have that thing, so make me move. It's kind of like a make me move type thing. So I don't know too much.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's people in the situation where it's like, I don't have to sell, but I would if the right opportunity comes?
Yes. What I think I'm seeing more is people, and I've heard this twice, that they're like, this is not fun. Like, I thought that this would be fun. It's not fun.
Yeah.
I don't think buying or selling a house has been fun in like the past 6 years.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
It is.
But my job is to take the stress away. And I will say that I did have a seller who recently said to me, I had no idea that like how much you would do to take that stress off. That's my job. I'm like, I'll do everything. I'm kind of a micromanager.
Meanwhile, at home, Brian's probably like, oh my gosh, please switch.
My host
please switch careers.
Yeah.
Because, you can't help it. You bring it home. And and that's just the reality of it. You bring it home, and I know you get emotionally invested in every single client, whether they're like a Kendall or a Riley, or they're like somebody who's complete opposite. You become emotionally invested, and you want the best for them. And you should have an agent like that. And I'll hype you up for a minute, because I think that you do a fantastic job, catering to every single person that you come in contact with. And I think that you do a fantastic job at everything when it comes to real estate. And of course there's always room to grow, but, and I think that's why you're always so involved in the things that we do here at Boston Connect Real Estate. And, whether it's trainings or anything like that, I just think that, you sort of have this, you're the example of what you should be doing for your clients.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I also want to say this. Our first call, our first conversation, I always say, you guys may think this is hokey, but I also believe that if it's meant to be, it will be.
Yeah.
Like, we can't force any of this. We can chase these houses and throw money at it, but if you're not, I really firmly believe that if you're not meant to live there, you're not going to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And you kind of have to go into it. It's emotional and it's not fun, but also we have to take, for most people, it's a business transaction.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to take from it.
Yeah.
You know, you put your best offer in, and we hope that it gets accepted. And if it doesn't, then guess what? I always say we lick our wounds for a couple days, and then we hop right back on and we find something else.
Yeah. I think, during my buying journey, I think I ended up putting in 8 offers, and you saw a lot of the houses that I put in offers, and I look back and I say, oh, you know what? I'm glad that I didn't get that one. But in the moment, I was devastated. Devastated. And I'm in the industry. But it is sort of a blow to your ego, because you're just like, I put my best foot forward. But you have to have that understanding of, I put my best foot forward and it just wasn't good enough, and moving on to the next one. And as soon as I moved on to the next one, I forgot about the last one.
Well, I laugh all the time because I go in so positive, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so cute. They're so great. Blah, blah, blah. And then when it doesn't work out, I'm like, oh,
that place was a dump.
Could you imagine having to take care of that every day?
Well, it's funny because like when Ethan and I will be driving, and a lot of the houses are around here that I put in offers, and I'll say, oh, I put an offer in that house, and I'll look now and be like, oh my gosh, we would have outgrown that. And we're just 2 people with 2 cats. We would have outgrown that.
But that's so important.
Yeah. And so I think about some of the houses, and yes, my house needs work, and we're paying for a wedding now. And so some things are on the back burner, but, I know that I sort of landed where I was supposed to, but it took me a while, and my journey sucked.
Yeah.
It just did.
On top.
But I ended up on top. So, you just have to have that sort of perspective of, yes, when the right one comes, it will happen. It's going to happen for you.
So in this, how's the market? If you are a buyer, you've got to have some thick skin. You've got to have a strategy. You've got to think, don't wait until your lease is up in a couple of weeks to start looking. You've got to start. Like, I have buyers right now who their lease is up the end of July. This is perfect timing.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. And the fact is, they're fantastic buyers because they're flexible. They get that, you know what? We could close in 30 days and help that person, or we could extend out. We don't have to be out of our place until July 31st. So they could satisfy a suitable housing clause, or they're also willing to eat the rent for a couple of months to be able to get in early, do some painting, do some renovation. So thinking outside the box. I just had a buyer call the other day that was supposed to come in. Remember, you reminded me.
Yeah. I said, so I'll see you Wednesday. And you're like, for what?
I'm calendar challenged. Like, sometimes it's in one calendar, but it's not in another. And I literally had just said to you the day before that, how do you think I should work?
Oh yeah,
should
you're
I be
like,
a
should
phone
I do
person, or should I be? I'm like,
no. You said, should I be a paper person or a calendar person? And I said, well, what do you do now? And then 5 seconds later, I'm like, oh, I'll see you Wednesday. And you're like, for what? I knew you had an appointment here.
But here's what's so stupid about that. This was a referral from one of my favorite clients, Katie Butler. She's awesome, and we've been literally playing phone tag, trying to nail down a time. And she's like, got 2 kids, and she's, running around and blah, blah, blah. And then that day I was like, oh my God, why don't we just talk on the phone? Like, you don't need to drive all the way to Pembroke. And we did. We had a great conversation. We were on FaceTime. We got everything out of the way.
Oh, perfect.
We nailed everything. And then honestly, I'm like, all right, the next time, now you come in the office.
Yeah. Now you're coming into the office.
It's just, but anyway, she was saying that, she's not quite ready yet, but maybe it's going to be like before September. So we talked, we have a plan, we're going to execute it. But in the meantime, she was kind of like, oh, I don't know what I could. No, I'm not a lender. I stay in my lane, but I know enough to know you can go on this mortgage calculator and it's pretty accurate. And if, you can, and it was like a light bulb went off in her head, and she was like, oh my God, I never even thought of that. Yeah. So what she was thinking she could afford, she could not afford, I should say. It was like, oh no, I could do that.
Yeah, it's surprising.
So if you're a buyer, do the work, talk to a lender, get pre-approved, figure out where your budget's going to be, come up with a plan.
Yeah.
Be prepared. get your thick skin, know what you're up against. I mean, we could have an influx of inventory and this could change in a couple weeks like it just did. But know that right now we're in multiple offers. Buckle up. Sellers, if you're thinking of selling, guess what? Now is the time because the buyers are out in full force.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a busy summer.
It's going to be a busy rest of spring and into summer, but like get your house together, do your curb appeal, get everything ready because they're not the best houses aren't winning. All houses are winning as long as they're
priced accordingly.
Yeah. Rant over.
There is a bum for every seat. There's a buyer for every house.
That's right.
You just got to find them.
That's right.
You're
It's one of my favorites. Yeah.
I'm going to give you this opportunity to give your contact information out to everybody if they want to talk to you about real estate.
Well, again, my name is Kristen Howlett, Boston Connect Real Estate, 617-448-4896. I do have a great listing, again, talking about a butt for every seat. I have 170 Pleasant Street in Whitman, which is still on the market. We are waiting for that perfect buyer because it is such a unique house in a unique situation. It is priced at $799. It's a single family that was converted to a two family, converted back to a single family. That potential's still there. Could be owner occupied. You could rent it. But yeah, it's great. Run 70 Pleasant Street. We get such great feedback. We're just looking for the perfect person.
Yeah. Awesome.
Or persons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a great listing. And when I did the promo for the show, I used that picture.
Yeah.
So if you saw the promo for the show, you can see 170 Pleasant Street, but also you can go to bostonconnect.com and find all of that information.
I'm going to talk to them into letting me do a commuter open house next week with the time change. And the last time I was doing an open house, I was putting my signs up over on, I think it's 53 maybe, or 58, where it intersects. And somebody stopped me and said, "Is that the red house on the corner? I love that house.
Oh.
It's got such curb appeal."
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
And I don't particularly love Twilight pictures, but I love your Twilight pictures.
I know. Rich Ryan.
There you go, Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a great house, and so we'll be sure to promote that commuter open house and any open house that you do. But I hope that a buyer does come through soon because it is a unique property. It's a great opportunity if you're looking to get into Whitman.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the only open house this weekend is Cochise Estates,
which I was supposed to do, and Mary switched with me last minute.
Yeah, that's great. Mary will be there in West Bridgewater at Cochise Estates from 10 to 2 today. Tomorrow's Easter, so there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We hope everybody enjoys their holiday. And sort of final thoughts here. What do you think? When somebody asks you, how's the market, what are you going to say right now?
The market is thriving. It is thriving. It is definitely thriving. It is a great time to buy, and it is a great time to sell.
There you go. There's your final thought. Thank you so much, Kristen. I hope you enjoyed your banana split here this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. I will be back next Saturday with Sharon. I don't know what the topic is yet, but of course, we'll give you all of the greatest real estate knowledge here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Tim. You're always the best. And thank you so much, Kristen.
We didn't even say hi to Tim.
Oh,
That's
hi,
okay.
Tim.
Hello. Goodbye.
Hello. Goodbye. Bye, everybody.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood.